A very good day to you. I'm Hank Gross, Mid-HudsonNews.com. It's Wednesday, November 15th. The news today brought to you by the Galleria at Crystal Run. Orange County Human Resources Commissioner Langdon Chapman did not mince words when he called Senator James Skoufis, Joe McCarthy Jr., a slick politician, political hack, and a politician who's setting the stage to seek re-election next year. Skoufis saw Chapman's comments as coming from what he called a man who knows he's cornered. Skoufis has alleged that the information technology firm owned by Chapman's brother-in-law was chosen because of Chapman's influence. Chapman, the former county attorney, claimed the senator is gunning for him because Chapman hired Dory Hooley, who he defeated last year and is planning to run against him next year. Skoufis later noted Chapman appointed Hooley to a job that's been vacant for decades, so he said the timing is suspect. Chapman took exception to the senator's attack on his family, and he blasted Skoufis for claiming that his brother-in-law is in financial trouble, which he said is not the case.
My family was maligned for political reasons by a slick Albany politician, and either unwitting or unequally unethical colleagues of yours. The legislature should do anything it can to have those lies formally recognized as lies, and it's nothing more than the political smear they are.
Meanwhile, Skoufis said Chapman's diatribe is evidence of one thing.
Langdon Chapman flailed and lashed out like any individual who knows he's in legal trouble.
Star CIO was hired as a part-time information technology consultant for the county at a cost of over $500,000, and until a formal IT department is created in the new year with a commissioner and chief information officer. The proposed 2024 Middletown City General Fund budget comes in at some $47.5 million, up about 4% from this year's spending plan. All three budgets, General Fund, Water, and Sewer, are under the state's 2% tax cap, says Mayor Joseph DeStefano. He says, though, that there are a number of increases, many of which are mandated.
We've had some significant increases in payroll because of contractual obligations. Most of our bargaining units have received in excess of 3% increases in the coming year, and some renewed, and one is currently being still negotiated. Huge increase in state health insurance and retirement contributions, which is statewide once again.
The budget now goes to the Common Council for its review before it votes on it next month. A 24-year-old Rosendale man pled guilty in Ulster County Court to manslaughter. When sentenced, Jacob Jackson faces a maximum sentence of 25 years in prison in the death of 36-year-old Myron Moy of Kingston. On November 1st, 2019, three men wearing masks and gloves broke into Moy's home at about 1 a.m, tied up occupants, and then stabbed and shot Moy, killing him. Jackson was identified as one of the perpetrators through a 2-year investigation led by Kingston Police Detective Benny Reyes. The investigation, which employed over 100 search warrants involving cell phones, Facebook, and Google, led to Jacob Jackson and Christopher Jackson, no relation. Both were indicted by a grand jury. Melik Davis, Jacob Jackson's half-brother, was also indicted as a co-conspirator and accomplice. Christopher Jackson and Davis are awaiting trial. More news right after this.
Find over 100 retailers allowing you to spend hours shopping safely at the Galleria at Crystal Run. Enjoy the big brands and the diverse selection of family-owned stores all in one location. The Galleria at Crystal Run offers dining options for everyone with Fuji 110 Grill, Allen's Mediterranean Grill, and Peru Cuisine. Discover the Mid-Hudson Valley's premier shopping, dining, and entertainment destination, the Galleria at Crystal Run. For more information, follow us on Instagram, Facebook, or visit GalleriaCrystalRun.com.
A 57-year-old Hudson man was killed as he drove the wrong way on Route 23 in the town of Greenport on November 13th and struck another vehicle head-on, state police said yesterday. Police responded to Route 23 near Ponderosa Drive at about 5:45 in the afternoon on Monday for two vehicles engulfed in flames. David Warfield, who police said was driving the wrong way, in a 2011 Toyota Tacoma, passed several vehicles when he crashed into the other one and was pronounced dead at the scene. The driver of the other vehicle, 59-year-old Michelle Burnham of Dellinson, who was in a 2003 Hyundai Elantra, was transported to Albany Medical Center in critical condition. The investigation into the crash is continuing. State Senator Michelle Hinchey of Saugerties has submitted testimony to the State Public Service Commission opposed to a rate hike request by the Dover Plains Water Company. The business is seeking a 68% rate increase and a $30 per quarter surcharge on residents' water bills. Hinchey says access to clean water is not just a necessity, but a fundamental right, and preserving that right means keeping water affordable for area residents. The senator urged residents to make their voices heard by submitting their own testimony to the PSC. A Harlem man's been arrested in New York City and charged with sale of narcotics in an investigation stemming from drug sales in the village of Ellenville back in May 2021. 42-year-old Henry Varus was arrested by the U.S. Marshals Service, New Jersey-New York Regional Fugitive Task Force, and turned over to the Ulster County Regional Gang Enforcement Narcotics Team. Varus was charged with 3 counts each of criminal sale and possession of a controlled substance, arraigned and released on his own recognizance, pending a future court appearance. I'm Hank Gross, MidHudsonNews.com. The news today brought to you by the Galleria at Crystal Run.